David always sat in the last row of his classroom. Teachers didn't really expect much from him, and honestly, neither did his parents. Slowly, the things people said about him, how he couldn't do anything right, started sinking in. Failing every exam, getting teased by classmates, feeling that little disappointment at home, it all became part of his everyday life. To his friends, David was just the fail kid. One day, his friend Mike nudged him during lunch. David forced a laugh, but inside it stung. He wanted to disappear. Even in group assignments, he would try to hide in the background so no one would notice his mistakes. Some classmates would whisper jokes about him, and sometimes he overheard them laughing. It was like everyone expected him to fail. Teachers didn't pay much attention to him either, except when they scolded him for being unprepared. At home, the atmosphere after seeing his report card was tense. His mom just sighed quietly, and his dad said, "Maybe school just isn't your thing, son." David kept asking himself the same question, am I really useless? Every time he failed, his confidence took another hit. He started avoiding participation in class because he was scared of being embarrassed. He even stopped trying to dream big because it felt pointless. One evening, the final exam results came out. David had failed again. His heart sank. All the effort, the late night studying, the hope, it felt like it had all been wasted. That night, he sat in his room staring at his report card, feeling small. Tears streamed down his face, but he didn't even try to stop them. He felt like there was no way forward. The next morning, to clear his head, David went to the park. The air was crisp and the leaves crunched under his feet. In a quiet corner, an older man sat reading a newspaper. David hesitated at first, but eventually sat down on the bench nearby. The man noticed him and asked, "Want to talk about it?" David hesitated, but then he let it all out. About failing, the teasing at school, the pressure at home, and how he was losing confidence in himself. The man listened quietly, nodding. "Listen," the man finally said. "Everyone fails sometimes. That's normal. The real problem is giving up." David blinked. "But what if I fail again?" The man put a hand on his shoulder. "Failing once doesn't define you. What defines you is your effort and consistency. Your dreams will guide you and your actions will be your strength." David couldn't believe how much sense it made. That day, he got a life-changing piece of advice. Failures are normal, giving up is wrong. The next day, David decided to study for himself, not to impress anyone. He made 3 simple rules. Study for 2 focused hours every day, limit his phone to 30 minutes, and stop comparing himself to others. The first week was rough. He wanted to quit so many times. He would glance at his phone, tempted to scroll for hours, but then he remembered the man's words and pushed through. His friend Mike noticed a change and said jokingly, "Wow, David, you're actually studying. Didn't think I'd see this day." David smiled, but inside he felt proud. For the first time, he was working for himself, not for grades or others' approval. Over the next few weeks, David faced small challenges. One day, he messed up a math problem in class and felt embarrassed. But instead of giving up, he went to the teacher after class and asked, "Can you explain it again? I want to understand." The teacher smiled, surprised, and explained patiently. It was a small moment, but it gave David confidence. At home, his parents began to notice the change too. His mom started asking, "Do you need help with your homework?" And his dad said, "I'm proud you're putting in the effort, son. Keep it up." Their support became fuel for his motivation. Then came the next test. David passed. Not perfect, but it felt like a huge victory. Teachers noticed improvement, classmates nodded in acknowledgement, and for the first time in a long while, David felt proud of himself. He didn't stop there. Every day he focused on his weak points. He practiced more, asked questions, and slowly improvement started showing. Each small victory, whether it was a problem solved in math or a good answer in the class, motivated him to keep going. A year later, David, the kid who once failed every exam, was now in the top 10 students in his class. But the biggest win wasn't his grades. It was that he had learned to believe in himself. He realized failure is temporary, but giving up lasts forever. The advice from the man in the park, combined with his own hard work and persistence, had changed his life, turning him from a failed kid to a motivated achiever. So, if you ever feel like a loser or if exams keep breaking your confidence, remember, today's failed kid could be tomorrow's inspiration for someone else.